All right. I haven't told a story in a while. Let me tell a story, and it reminded me. Somebody commented and said something about bullies on one of my videos, and it reminded me of a couple of my bullies. Really had two. Like, I mean, I've had more, but like only two that I can really remember. Two that actually, the two main bullies, we should say. Fortunately, I didn't get bullied all too much, but you know, these two. The first one I met in like fucking like second grade, first or second grade. I lived in like a middle class, white neighborhood pretty much. When I say white neighborhood, I mean it's predominantly white, right? There are of course other people, the Mexicans and blacks and Asians and whatever, right? But it's for the most part white neighborhood. And well, they passed a law saying that there had to be a certain amount of race in each school, elementary schools, and bam. So they took all these white kids and they shipped them over like way down there, like 8 miles away to like the Bavario, to the Mexican school. Now, being in first and second grade didn't really strike me as being odd. I just thought it was a school, whatever, right? Because it's kind of before you start to really see race and whatever, before you start to get that pre-program thing about races and stuff, whatever. Anyway, as this kid, when I was like, I don't know, when I was in first and second grade, my hair is blonde now, right? This is my natural color, pretty much. But I was like, it was like bleach white, like my shirt. It was like white, right? So I was like the poster white kid, right? You couldn't get a much whiter kid than me. And well, there was this Mexican kid. His name was Chico. I don't remember what his real name is, but that's what we called him. And Chico would just fuck with me. He was like my first bully. He would, walk behind me and slap me, or he'd kick my feet so I'd trip on myself, shit like that. Pull a chair out when I tried to sit down. Bully, right? And he was a young bully. He was in my class, right? So we were, what, first, second grade? So what, we were like 7, 8, around there. And he did that, man. And Chico followed me, man. He followed me all the way to like fourth grade, and he still bullied me. I just tried to avoid him. He just thought it was funny. He wasn't particularly big either. He was about my size, maybe a little bit taller, but nothing. He wasn't like a big bully. He was just aggressive, and he scared me. And then I transferred schools, not because of Chico, because we moved or something. And then I went back to a high school, and I saw Chico again. Like we met again, but like several years later, right? And the dude had like fucking gangster tattoos on his neck. Like, and he was like 14, right? He has like running with like the fucking Mexican mafia or something. He like gangster tattoos. Like the people that dropped him off at school looked like fucking like, were considerably older. They looked like fucking Mexican gangsters. And I was just like, oh, fuck. And back, that's when I was selling acid too, right? And I looked at him. He looked at me and he kind of did a double take, like, and pointed at me. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I had totally, like, I was hoping that Chico was going to be thing of the past. And then he walked away, and I'm just like, fuck. But now that I'm a little older, I was just like, made me thinking, oh, fuck, I can just talk to him, just fucking be like, what's up, Chico, and pretend like I forgot, right? Fuck. And I saw him, and I was sitting there eating lunch, and at a group table, and at a table with some of my friends and shit, right? And he was kind of by himself or with one of his friends, and anyway, I see him coming at me. He's staring at me, eyeballing me, and comes walking right up to me real slow. And I tell my friends, like, hey, you got my back, you got my back. This guy's gonna fucking do something. And like, yeah, 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 sure. But I knew they didn't, right? Because these weren't the type of friends that really got your back, right? They might fucking, I don't know, stand up, but I don't know. Anyway, comes right up to me and he sits down next to me. And I'm like fucking scared. And he looks over at me and goes, Zach, right? I was like, yeah. He goes, got some acid, man? I was like, that was it. He bought acid from me for the rest of the year. That was it. The bully story. I got another one, but this one's getting long, so I'll tell you the other one later. All right. That's bully called Chico.